Yoga poses, or asanas, have become popular worldwide, with millions practicing yoga daily. However, many people need to be made aware of the origins of the various yoga poses. We'll explore the history and evolution of yoga poses and how they have been passed down through the ages. The history of yoga dates back to ancient India, around 5,000 years ago. The earliest written record of yoga comes from the ancient Indian text, the Rigveda, which mentions the practice of yoga, which connect with the divine. However, when the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali were written around 400 CE, the systematic practice of yoga as we know it today was established. Yoga poses, or asanas, were not an original part of the early yogic tradition. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali primarily focused on yoga's mental and spiritual aspects, with only a few mentions of physical practices. However, as yoga evolved, physical postures became a more prominent part of the practice. Yoga pose origins. The earliest known mention of yoga poses is found in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, a text written in the 15th century CE describing a series of poses used to prepare the body for meditation. These poses were intended to help the yogi develop strength, flexibility, and balance and were not originally designed as an end in themselves. Over time, more and more yoga poses were developed, and different styles of yoga emerged, each with their own set of poses. Some poses were influenced by Indian mythology, while animals or natural phenomena inspired others. One of the most well-known sets of yoga poses is the Surya Namaskar or sun salutation. This sequence of 12 poses is traditionally performed at sunrise and is said to honor the sun as a source of life and energy. The exact origin of the sun salutation is unknown but is believed to have been developed in the early 20th century to promote physical fitness. Today, there are countless yoga poses, each with unique benefits and challenges. Some poses are designed to strengthen the core or improve flexibility, while others are intended to calm the mind and reduce stress. Whatever your reason for practicing yoga, there is a pose that can help you achieve your goals. Ancient texts. Ancient texts such as the Rigveda and the Upanishads also mention various yoga practices, including meditation and pranayama. However, it was in the 2nd century CE that the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali were written, which outline the philosophy and practices of yoga. This text is considered the foundation of classical yoga and includes the 8 limbs of yoga, encompassing physical and mental practices. The asanas, or yoga postures, were developed as part of the physical aspect of yoga. Many original asanas were seated postures for meditation and were not intended as exercise. However, over time, more asanas were developed that incorporated movements and stretches for the body. One of the top figures in the development of modern yoga was T. Krishnamacharya. Known as the father of yoga, he was a renowned teacher who developed the style of yoga known as vinyasa. Many of the yoga poses commonly practiced today, including the downward-facing dog, warrior two, and triangle pose, were developed by Krishnamacharya and his students. In conclusion, the origins of yoga postures can be traced back to ancient India and the spiritual practices of yoga. While many original poses were intended for meditation and spiritual growth, more postures were developed that incorporated physical movements and stretches over time. T. Krishnamacharya played a significant role in the development of modern yoga and is credited with creating many of the yoga poses commonly practiced today. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to learn more. Go to spiritualserenade89.com. Have a great day on purpose.